watch trailer for character introduction and mute my voice if you feel uncomfortable. Saturday. It was their stress relieving day, the only day which they avoid playing around flirting. But the loud music bombarding right into the ear wasn't helping anyone to stay calm. The smell of alcohol, loud cheers, and shouts can make one dizzy without even getting drunk. Everyone was enjoying. Of course, why not? Especially when they are in Hope Club. But there was only one boy who was unaffected by any of those. He was so calm and was sipping his vodka, enjoying weekly day out. One more. Sure, sir. The bartender offered another shot to the grey haired boy who was in the simple black shirt and tight striped jeans sitting in front of him. His whole attention was on the dance floor, on someone who was dancing crazily while waving his hips with the beat, touching himself while closing his eyes, making everyone around him go crazy and hungry over his lustful moves and over his eternal beauty. Soon the beauty was painted on the wall by some handsome man who went crazy over the eternal beauty, making the grey haired boy who was enjoying the shot while slightly chuckling over this sight. Everyday drama, he mumbled while signing. Meanwhile, on the dance floor, "Hey boy, wanna have some fun with me?" the handsome man asked with a sly grin while checking out the boy, making eternal boy smirk. "I'm not interested in uncles," boy uttered, making the older feel embarrassed. "Come on, I'm just 28, baby, and I'm perfectly matches to this beauty, baby." He tried to close the gap between them, forcefully ignoring the boy, making the younger chuckle darkly. Soon, a loud scream could be heard, grabbing the attention of the whole dance floor along with the club. A man was kneeling in front of a beautiful, cute boy while blood was straining out of his nose, slightly spreading horror in people's eyes. "Boy, I told you once I'm not interested, but you wanted it to be done in a hard way, right? Now look at yourself kneeling like a dog." Boy growled while leaving the neck of the man, making him hiss in pain, making him think how much strength this fragile body can hold. He walked over to the grey haired boy, making him laugh at how the younger came back so calmly like nothing happened, rhythmically fixing his messy hair and clothes. Grey haired boy. "Wow, Tay, that was faster than I thought." He loved making the younger part. "Tay, Ash, Young, why are you even surprised? It's our daily routine now," he said while checking his phone, which was kept off for past few hours. Yoongi. Yeah, I know. Shall we leave? I'm sleepy." Tae. "Okay, let's go, or else Baekhyang will kill me if I get late." Taegi laughed, remembering their last punishment for being late. Intro. Baekhyang, cousin of Taehyung, mostly stay at Taehyung's house as his husband stay abroad handling his business. Married to Chan, who owned his own company run in USA. Knows about their secrets and about his dating history. Taehyung's mother appointed him as Taehyung's caretaker. Taehyung and Yoongi bid goodbye to each other in front of Kim's mansion, huge gate which led him to a beautiful, luxurious, huge mansion which was shining under the moonlight. They entered tiptoeing without making any sound, not fearing about the fact that he'll get caught by his father, who is so strict, hot-tempered and violent enough to control his son's life in each possible way, as he was out of the country for whole 2 weeks for a business meeting. But because of his little annoying sister and his beloved Baekhyang, who was guarding in the living room to take a look at the messy figure of Taeyong eagerly. "Gotcha!" a girl about 19 years shouted, making Taeyong jump on his spot, scaring him to the death, while Baekhyang was shooting his eyes at Tae while folding his arms at the doorway. "Tae, I got little late because of some office work, I guess," he said, flashing an awkward smile towards the two figures, who chuckled in disbelief. Beck, "Oh, office work? After 12 p.m. in Saturday?" he said sarcastically. Tae, uh, Young, he whined cutely, making Baekhyang laugh at his cuteness. "Jenny, just say you were in the club with that cat-faced friend like every day." Jenny shouted and stormed out, smirking at Tae, smacking his head from back, making Taehyung hiss in pain. Tae, yeah, you little piece of. Why you always act like a pain in my. Gosh. They pouted while sitting on the dinner table, which was ready prepared by Bake. Taeyong had his peace, not every day, especially on days where he is free from his father's grip. Mr. Kim isn't a bad father, he cared for his children, but wanted Tae to be perfect and best in everything, especially in business to compete with other companies as he is going to be the next CEO of Kim Corporation, which led Tae to hate his father a little due to the pressure he was experiencing. Taeyong isn't an innocent boy. He was well known as a playboy since his high school season, and even his father was well aware about the fact that his son is a playboy who acted like a newborn. But however, he was really happy about his father and mother for not being ashamed of his son being gay, and he knew it's all for his own sake, but should accept father loved his business than family. On the other hand, a female staff was shaking badly and was about to cry when anger fuming boy yelled, making everyone in the office room go silent. Can't you even do a single thing perfect? Female staff, sir, I'm sorry, it's my fault. Sorry? You think your sorry will bring back that reputation we were about to lose? Huh? He yelled, making staff cry. That's when a handsome Greek god like blonde haired boy entered, grabbing everyone's attention. Jemen, what's going on here? Why are you shouting in my cabin? Blonde haired boy asked from Jemen, giving him a questionable look. Jemen, Jungkook, we were about to lose today's partnership because of this carelessness. He huffed in anger. JK, mind your language, Mr. Park. You know I don't like toxic words in my cabin, he said calmly, sitting on his chair while checking the files handovered by Hosek. Jimin stormed out of the cabin while fixing his ear, being frustrated. Jimin was hot-headed. JK also knew it very well. He just needed some time to get over his this anger. JK, and you, he pointed at the female staff. Female staff, sir. JK, you're fired. Now get lost without wasting my time. Female staff quickly ran out of the room, all crying because of losing her job. A.N. Pao, John Jungkook, the youngest CEO, the most successful businessman in whole Korea, and also have underground connections with mafias and gangsters, feared and respected by almost everyone just by hearing his name. Everyone knew how powerful he was, and no one dared to mess with him. He was the man in every girl's dream. He was more than perfect, handsome, breathtaking, a living god, and was so hot. He could make anyone fall for him just at first sight, and he knew this power of him over others which surely was beneficial during business activities as well. He was raised without mother's love, and only father's love and care, who was a simple businessman, being so proud of his son's current existence. And his only elder brother Sokjin, who cared about JK as a mother and tried his best to fulfill the blank of love caused in JK's heart because of losing his mother. JK never believed in love. Falling in love with one person was like a joke to him. He loved being a playboy and dating so many girls and boys as he was by. He never felt real love from any of those girls and boys who were after him because of his money, fame, and handsomeness. Jungkook had so many rivals because of his successfulness, but his top deadly rival was Kim Corporations, which is competing ever since Jones took over the crown of the most successful business in Korea. Name from Kim's. Everyone knew how competitive Jones and Kim's were. Even though they didn't had any personal enmity, they got well known among people as rivals. Jungkook was waiting for Jimin to bring the schedule for the next meeting, which was none other than with Kim's, which eventually formed a smirk on JK's lips, earning a slight chuckle from Hosek and Jimin. JK, soon poor old Mr. Kim gonna accept his defeat in front of me. He chuckled darkly, hoping to win the next partnership against Kim's. Jimin, I heard his son is also perfect, smart, and good in business as well, as he is going to take over Kim Industries soon, Jimin said while grabbing JK's and Hosek's attention. Hosek, also I heard he is so beautiful and eternal too, he said while trying to read the expression on JK's face. JK, oh, a beauty with a brain, I see. He smirked, thinking how beautiful and powerful his new rival could be. A.N. Pao. Soon the date was fixed to meet with Kim's, and Jones got to know that Kim's second son is going to attend the meeting behalf of his father, who is currently in USA for a business trip, making an unknown pleasure and joy rush through the veins of Jungkook, eagerly waiting to introduce himself with his so-called beautiful rival. In Kim Corporations, it was 8 o'clock in the morning. A handsome figure was greeted with so much respect by the employees whose eyes were glued to their handsome soon-to-be CEO, current vice president of the Kim Corporation, eagerly waiting to take a look at the new fashion introduced on the day. Taehyung had a good and perfect taste in fashion. He changed his style and look every day, making others eager to see the young prince's new style every day. Taehyung wasn't hot-tempered and wasn't a person who bombarded employees when he is angry, because he knew how to control people and make them loyal to him without forcing on them. He had a good connection with co-workers, and everyone in the company from higher to the lower positions admired and was impressed by his behavior and how the young boy who's just 21 handles the company behalf of Mr. Kim, who was so strict and didn't take just a minute to fire an employee when he is angry. Taehyung had a good idea about his rivals, of course about Jones too, even though he hasn't seen the handsome brilliant mind planner yet. He was interested in meeting Jones as he wanted to know about the man who impressed his father, who always compared him with Jones, pointing at his mistakes, hurting his pride and dignity, which he hated the most. He hated Jungkook as his father saw him as a diamond and used his perfection to compare with Taehyung. Mr. Kim didn't like the calmness Taehyung had as he thought it will make Taehyung a joke among the employees taking him easy. Taehyung worked hard, did his best to impress Mr. Kim, won so many partnerships and made the company shine among others. Mr. Kim liked it but didn't want to show it and wanted more from Taehyung's side, which irritated Taehyung to the core. That's the main reason which led him to hate Jungkook. Taehyung was popular among male businessmen as he was a perfectionist in flirting. He handled business deals with businessmen with business tricks, which was known by Mr. Kim, as well as with his little dirty tricks caught handsome opponents in Taehyung's well-planned nets easily. There were so much people who wanted the attention of the young beauty who came for the business deals with different not so good offers too, which was never noticed by Mr. Kim. Tim was sassy and had his own pride, which made others kneel down beneath him, but never went on nightstand with partners for the sake of business. But he did date so many of them, which surely benefited the business in many ways. Taehyung Pao, I had to wake a little earlier than usual to prepare myself before the meeting, as I didn't want to make any single mistake during the presentation, which surely gonna affect our company's reputation and benefits. Right now, I'm standing in front of the mirror doing a little makeup to ensure I'm looking perfect, which normally doesn't include in my daily routine. That's when I heard the usual car honk, which is surely Yonghyang's. It's his daily routine, picking and dropping me from office. I do have license and can drive by my own since I'm 18, but he's my best friend, so I can't reject as he likes it. He is the best friend I ever got. I'm okay with his every condition except the fact he doesn't like me dating business partners. A.N. Pao, the meeting was held in Kim Corporation. The conference hall was filled with rich, handsome CEOs of different industries who were eagerly waiting for the arrival of Mr. Jeon. While gossiping about him, which pissed Taehyung, "This Pao, it's only 10 minutes left for the meeting to start. I was patiently waiting on my seat listening to those gossips about Mr. Jeon. I've heard he is so handsome that girls and boys fell in love with him at first sight." Whatever the gossips hearing right now made an unknown urge to see him on each passing second. That's when a man dressed in full black entered the conference hall, making everyone bow at him. That's when my eyes fell on the godly figure. The moment I looked into his eyes made my whole body paralyzed, giving shivers down my spine. The rumors wasn't false. He was super handsome like a Greek god. His eyes, nose, lips, sharp jawlines, perfect shaped body, veiny tattooed arms made my jaw dropped at the sight. I was drooling over his handsome features until I heard a slight cough which brought me to the earth, which was Mr. Jones who was staring back at me, piercing my soul. JK Pau. It's my first time visiting Kim Corporation even though I had met Mr. Kim Sr. many times during meetings. I entered the hall receiving greetings from all when my eyes fall on a handsome boy who was already looking at me. He was indeed eternal and perfect in each way possible. I can assure he is the most beautiful boy I have ever seen. I observed his every part from his head to toe, which mesmerized me, making my heartbeat go crazy in seconds. It's super normal for my heart to beat fast whenever I saw a beautiful girl or a boy, but the feeling I got seeing him felt different, which I surely ignored. He was also seems to be mesmerized by my handsomeness, so I had to cough slightly to bring him back to the reality. JK. Good morning, Mr. Kim, Jr., I guess. Tae. Good morning, Mr. John. Yes, I'm Mr. Kim and glad to see you in Kim Corporations, he said politely while trying his best not to be obvious while drooling. JK, same here. He slightly nodded at Tae, indicating Jose to arrange the presentation as they shook hands, maintaining his cool coldness, giving butterflies to Taehyung. They only had time to introduce themselves as the meeting started right after JK arrived. JK got the chance to do his presentation first, which made almost all CEOs super impressed at JK's talent and mind-blowing ideas. But there was someone who was busy checking out JK's heavenly figure throughout while JK was explaining the project with rolled up sleeves which gave a super clear view of the tattooed veiny arms of JK along with his clearly visible abs through his tight shirt as he had removed his coat while ago before starting the presentation. Taehyung indeed knew JK's explanation will be perfect, but he wasn't on the ground throughout. He unknowingly bit his lower lip, having a dirty thought about JK. They had dated so many before, but was never felt attached or any special feeling for anyone. But with JK it was different. JK was the first they felt like this. He was the first. He felt like he wanted to know more. He was the first who took his interest till now. Soon JK's presentation ended and now it was Taehyung's turn. JK's condition wasn't much different compared to Taehyung's. He already saw how beautiful and eternal Taehyung was. And after checking out Tae, now it was his time to get to know how strong Taehyung's business talent and how much power and impact he can lay on other businessmen.